Where?
Thank you, Amir.
You're starting from the middle?
You found it?
Yes.
Oh, good. You were getting a little skip that one.
We're getting so excited. Was it here?
Yeah. All right, so now
Is this blocking anybody?
No, fine.
I want you to terminate the conversation.
Yo, terminate the conversation.
Terminate the conversation. All right, so now we're going to pick up in a moment on the flip side of this. But now, just terminate the conversations.
3.
4.
Observe these regions right over there, which are not in the plane of deception, but are a little
Bless you.
posterior to it, and indicate what those are.
Bless you.
Bless
Say
you.
again?
Who said bless you? Our friend sneezed. Oh.
No. Thalamus.
The Lamis. Come on, Pia, your favorite.
Thalamus.
See, but it comes
That's a little deceiving. That's a
It's
deceiving
like the
thalamus.
backside, I think.
First, that is not act that on this.
No, you should know this.
Can you point to it?
Alyssa, stop being so dirty.
So on the sides of
I don't
like,
know what you've seen.
it's on the sides of
Yeah, it's St. Paul.
That little white thing going like
Now,
that.
I don't want to talk over this.
So is that the
So here we have the anterior surfaces of the thalamus. So now, which region of a larger cavity do we have here?
Lateral ventricle.
Yeah. No, the anterior horn, because we're still anterior to the thalamus here. So on the flip side, we have the thalamus in the floor of the lateral ventricle. On this side, this lower part of each lateral ventricle is still anterior to the thalamus. And then what are these holes over here?
Ventricular foramen.
Yeah, the interventricular foramen.
All the,
what's the
or
black
the
stuff?
Can you show the hole this way? Where's the
What's
hole?
this part?
If that's the thalamus, what's that part?
What?
That one.
Yeah, so what's that?
Is that the lens?
Globus vaginus.
that's it.
The putamen.
Can you show the interventricular foramen again?
The putamen.
Can I see the interventricular foramen?
Yes. And then what's this light gray region?
Like
Here, the globus
Globus.
pallidus.
Are you gonna say like gray
Are
on
you
the
gonna
test?
say like gray?
Can you show
I might do that.
You should,
It might.
so that
because it's kind of hard to
Putamen.
tell just looking at it. You should say
No, it's
lighter
quite
dark.
visible.
No, it's not.
And the globus pallidus.
No, the light gray versus
The
like
putamen
dark
and the globus pallidus.
Lemon
The
gray.
difference in tone can be seen readily.
No, it looks the same.
The putamen and the globus pallidus. Well, you have to be more observant.
Oh.
The
Maybe I should wear
putamen
my
and the
glasses.
globus pallidus.
You need to read the trifocals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's this white over here?
Internal
That's
capsule.
Yeah, which part of it?
Anterior.
Anterior.
That's correct.
The cellular bridges. Can you see them on?
Yeah, there are some cellular bridges visible faintly
Are you
here.
gonna ask them?
I will somewhere, but not necessarily on this one.
Thank you. Look, reminds me of you, actually.
Okay. Now I'm going to flip this over.
That's, whoa. There's no lid. There's no lid.
I know that.
Oh.
Whoa.
To your left.
To the left.
To the left. To the left. Wait, so that's, these are the anterior horns, the lateral
So
ventricle,
you
right?
have to know how that's the answer. I know that. Yes.
It looks
you
like an
have
upside
to know-
down face.
That is likely to be the part B
eyes.
if I ask.
Yeah.
I will ask what that is, and you have to say how you
I'm
know.
not going to know if it's anterior.
Bordered
superior.
by a lentiform and head of body.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's the anterior. Look, you guys match and us three.
What is that? By the lentiform and the caudate. And then this is still head of caudate. It's already trending toward the body, but since it's that large and ovoid, it's still a bit of the head of the caudate.
You flipped it already?
No.
So how do you know when you get to the body of caudate?
Like, I don't
And you
think
said this was the internal
Lentiform?
Yeah, if it's
Yeah, the anterior limb of the internal cavity.
so listen, but if that thing becomes a thalamus, then it's supposed to.
Yeah, how do you know when it becomes the head? I mean,
Yeah, the body.
Yeah, the
When
body.
you see the
It
thalamus.
narrows down to just a small cylindrical region.
Like
So-
where?
Well, not in anything that we've looked at so far, except that we looked at this side briefly. But on the other side, we're already at the body or close to it.
But like it's really hard to tell if it's anterior or posterior.
No, it's not. It's easy.
Yeah, once
can't
it
concur.
becomes a body,
To you.
a lot of the
I concur.
then it's, posterior.
Especially when you won't show us the other side.
Because if you see that it's between caudate and lentiform, it has to be the anterior limb.
No, don't you mean like the anterior side of the slice?
Yeah, the anterior side of the slice.
No, that's easy on this one too.
Okay. Want to give us a clue?
Yeah, because look, you can see not a section through the thalamus, but the anterior surface of the thalamus.
How do you know that's the anterior surface?
You can see this globose area, and you can see that there's lateral ventricle in front of it, you see.
Oh. How it's like.
Okay.
That's right.
So when you
this
flip it over, it's not gonna look like that?
No, on the flip side, you'll see the thalamus in section, and the only lateral ventricle present will be here, because the thalamus will have obliterated its lower part.
The dark.
You can also see two interventricular foramina converging posteromedially, that way.
So that means
Now,
it's the anterior.
Yeah, so if you look from the flip side, you see two holes diverging anterolaterally instead of being converging posteromedially. And you can see two lateral ventricular regions here. On the flip side, you only see lateral ventricle up here and the third ventricle in the middle. You see no third ventricle here. The presence of the third ventricle also says that side is posterior. All right, so now I turn this over.
Oh. Whoa.
Oh, wait,
Whoa.
look, the temporal. Oh, my
Near the apex. oh. I think that one needs to be maybe discarded after this year.
No, there's a slightly oblique cut, so it is more anterior here than here.
Oh, so it's a little disconnected.
That's right. So here we're so close to the apex of the horn of the lobe rather, that there's nothing in between here and here, but the stem of the lateral sulcus. There's no connection there. Okay, so what's this cavity over here?
Third ventricle.
Yeah, the third ventricle. Now, when you look at it at an angle, you will see,
The foramen.
yeah, an interventricular foramen, and of course there's one on the other side as well. You can see the interventricular foramen. Now you're looking from P to A. You see the interventricular foramen?
right?
What's your book? Where is it?
Look at it at an angle.
Oh.
You see the interventricular foramen when you're looking this way?
We saw that last time,
All
right?
right, now, yes, now we get to a point that I didn't mention
I don't
last
get
time.
it.
Wait, can you show it again over here?
Yeah. Now, if you look at the right angle, you'll see bounce light from my glove going through the
Oh, yeah,
frame. You see
sure.
that?
From that little hole, yeah, we see some light bounce.
These are the.
Bounce light?
Look over here. Like,
You see, it's a hole going that way.
Look at this.
See that little hole going that way?
It's like where like that.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's the third ventricle.
Well, this
Like
is
Oh,
a
the
half
whole
third
video.
thing,
ventricle.
and then that's the interventricular.
Yeah, that's an interventricular foramen.
Okay.
Okay. Now, of course, there are two of them.
Correct.
Now, what is the tissue in between them?
Intermediate?
No,
In between what?
in between the two interventricular foramina.
The
So here you're looking,
Is it the
you're looking from P toward A.
From posterior to anterior?
Yes, that's right. Now, what is this cavity? Yeah, so
Oh, let's
what is the solid?
epithalamus.
No.
What is this? Is it two words?
What is, yes.
Maybe you're right.
Something pellucidum or something?
Interdhalamic.
Inducing breeze.
Indusium
No,
griseum,
those
my
are-
favorite word.
Inducium greasy.
No, those are not exactly random guesses, because no one said gallbladder or
Prostate.
the prostate or the anal canal, which is totally random.
Hey, that does look like a connection.
So at least they're all from the brain.
Yeah, so you like
not
us
that
after
stupid.
all.
We're not that dumb.
We're not that
So now you have to think about
All right, give us a clue.
the fact that You are looking from posterior toward anterior. You
Okay.
have, yeah. The
I know.
esophagus they are flanked by the two
What's
ends of
lamina
the foramen.
terminalis?
Correct.
Yes.
Lamina terminalis.
The lamina terminalis.
Nice.
Because looking in this direction, you see the front wall of the third ventricle in between the two interventricular foramina.
But isn't that on the side
That
of the
is
book?
the lamina terminalis.